Give me like a bullet point list and tell me the product I think. I need some shitty AI thing.
Will be delivered by Matthew.
What's his nickname?
Gets the job done.
Poor.
Does this make up the names, or does Matthew make up his own name?
Why body details and what is the transfer to downstairs bar? Right, do the front round. Yeah, right, cheers. Okay, mate. I thought this was a good job, so. You're not reliable. Don't lie to me, Jake. Me and you playing battleships in the gents' toilet. Well, you gotta do it somewhere before you play battleships.
Playing a school invigilation ball. Apparently what teachers do when they walk in the door is play battleships.
You worked in the force of school
It's also not helping with the black man's good. No, it's statistically proved. Fastest man in the world is a black guy.
And they're not very good swimmers, are they?
Whoa, that's negative.
No, that is statistically true.
Yeah, that's also true.
You're out.
This is why Eric the Eel was amazing. No. Go find videos of Eric the Eel.
Oh my god, he is so fucking hilarious.
Eric the Eel.
Is he the really bad, like, Nigerian swimmer?
He's a Nigerian swimmer who has a gold medal.
He went to do the thing and then two of them got disqualified, so he was the only one.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's brilliant. It's like Eddie the Eagle.
Good works in swimming.
Eddie the Eagle's a great rapper.
Of course he is.
I think we doubled the British record. That's pretty much what happened, apart from the Hugh Jackman person isn't right.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman didn't actually train in the Yeah. I'm assuming so.
I know what we've done once where we freaked the guy out from Papa John's and we ordered one pizza of 14 sides. Because we all wanted nothing but sides. But you get Papa John's, you have to order a pizza to get delivered. So one person, one guy in the room ordered his pizza.
Was it like a small personal pizza?
No, it was a large cheese, large margarita. The delivery guy looked at the bill and they told me one pizza for 14 sides. We assumed it was for one person because there was only one pizza. It wasn't, it was for the stick.
Said John's is a pizza to get sides.
Papa John's is all about pizza.
He went the wrong way.
Oh.
I don't know.
I was when I was getting
What I just don't understand is how can you
do check. They don't just take your word for it. Oh yes, I'm a millionaire for 105. Oh yeah.
Dale said he can do this really naughty thing. So if we bought a hot tub,
Oh, whoa.
he
Careful.
could.
Very careful.
Oh yeah.
Dale can do this really naughty thing, so he bought a hot tub.
No, so we were thinking about buying a hot tub. Dale can wire it so that we won't get charged for it.
Right.
That's good, eh?
Yeah, very good evening, everybody, and welcome to Towcester Greyhounds. Now, our first race underway in around about 10 minutes' time on tonight's card, the 611. We kick off with an A9 event. Just two non-runners, to tell you about this afternoon. Well, a little bit later on in the card, actually, and it's the 919, race number 12. We've got a couple of absentees here in this A6 event. First of all, Trap 3, Forest Wishes, found to be in season for Kev Hutton. Reserve Ask Tink for Stephen Rayner. Ask Tink goes in Trap 3 instead of Forest Wishes in season. That's in Trap 3 in the 12th race, the 919. Also in the same race, Trap 5, Mad About Philip is off colour for, again, Kev Hutton. Mad About Philip off colour. And the reserve is, again, Steve Rayner's greyhound Wilfred. Wilfred running in Trap 5 in place of Mad About Philip in race number 12. So 2 absentees, and 3 is now Ask Tink, and 5 is now Wilfred in our last, the 919. Our first race of the evening is underway in around about 10 minutes' time. You can see that the weights on the screen, and the opening show will be with us in a few minutes. Just a quick reminder, everybody, that coming this Saturday we have the Star Sports 88th English Greyhound Derby, and a final which I think is going to be best of the last few years we've seen for maybe a couple of decades. An absolute cracking final coming up this Saturday with a tremendous supporting card as well. Destiny awaits for one of 6 greyhounds, and who will walk away with a top prize of £175,000 to make history this year. You can find out and be with us this coming Saturday. All the details on the toasterracecourse.co.uk website. But make sure you're with us for Saturday night. It's going to be one of the best finals for a long, long time. A fantastic atmosphere. That's all to come. Check out all the details online ahead of Saturday, the 2nd of June. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 5 minutes to the off. 5 minutes to the off for race number 1. The runners are on the screen. A9 to grey with their weights. 5 minutes to the off for race number 1. very good evening, everybody. Here, the runners for race number 1, A9 the grade. In Trap 1, we have Mean and Midget for Mr. Dave Houghton, Jane Houghton, 26.2. Trap 2 is Pinky Promise, Mr. S. Atkin, Hazel Kemp, 28.8. 3, Hoxton Boss, Mr. Schmidt, Mrs. Schmidt, Bernie Warren, 31.4. 4 is Crudden Bay for Jim Reynolds Trains, 29.7. 5 is Drum the Bullet for Mr. E.T. Brown Ford, Rob Liddington, 27.7. And Killian Ferry in 6 for Mr. M. Lowther, Steve Rayner, 26.3. Those are our 6 runners for race number 1, and we are due off in around about 3 minutes' time. So down the card then, Mean and Midget 7-2, Pinky Promise a 3-1 chance. Outside of the field is 3, Hoxton Boss for Bernie Warren 8-1, Crudden Bay available at 5-1, Dramana Bullet 11-4, and 6, Killian Ferry for Steve Rayner, just our market leader on the opening show at 5-2. Runners on the approach for our opening race of the evening. We can see the market leader here, Killian Ferry, on the wide outside in 6 for Steve Rayner. Been running well for his handler at the moment. So this little bit, she's in a really, really good form. Got a nice makeup here as well. And got a touch of early pace. So she'll be looking to try and dominate from the front early doors. And is our market leader at 5-2. That's Trap 6, Killian Ferry. So we're just about to load here. We should be off in about a minute's time, everybody, for race number 1 here at Towcester. New market leader now, Trap 5, Dramana Bullet here for Rob Liddington. He's been unlucky twice in the last 2 outings. Went 6-4 favourite, just turned 2 this month, beating a short head twice. In really good form for Rob Liddington. But can he get his nose in front, or she get a nose in front? We're just about to find out. That's Trap 5, 5-2 market favourite. Okay, everybody, we're starting to load up. We are loading up for race number 1. Evie's just about to check them over. Here we go. So the first of the evening, the low 6 hairs on the move for opening race and race number 1. A9 the grade. Trap 5 is our market leader at 5-2. Dramana Bullet. And away we go. Well, 5 showed good early with 6, then 3, 4, 2 and 1 into the first bend. And Dramana Bullet going to be pushed onto the outside here by Pinky Promise. These two who lead up. 6 on the outside, Killian Ferry goes well. And 4, 1 and 3 at the back. Down the far side, and it's Pinky Promise just with the lead here with Dramana Bullet in second. 4 trying to move into third, Crudden Bay, but they come around the third bend. And Pinky Promise, Hazel Kemp's holding 5 at bay at the moment. They sweep off the last, and it's the blue jacket of Pinky Promise in front. 5 Dramana Bullet in second, staying on 6, Killian Ferry, but it's a 2-5-6. In our first. Well, on to Trap 2, Pinky Promise, Miss S. Atkin and Hazel Kemp. Second at 5, that was Dramana Bullet. And third 6, Killian Ferry confirmed, 2-5-6. Winning time 2-8-9-4. Well, it's a really smart win, isn't it, for Trap 2, Pinky Promise. Again, like 5, Dramana Bullet. These two are running really, really well without actually getting a nose in front. But Hazel Kemp's youngster, December 2016 pup, has managed to win at last after some really, really good performances. And she breaks that all-important first win in good style here. Dramana Bullet continues to run well here for Rob Liddington. Didn't lose anything in second. 6 stayed on for third, Killian Ferry. Well, what on to connections of Pinky Promise winning her first race for Hazel Kemp, 2-5-6. And the full order finish for race number 1 was a win for Pinky Promise for Hazel Kemp. 2:56.431. Distances were 1.5, 1.5, 4.5, 3 courses and a short at the winning time 28.94, 28.94. Race number 2 coming up at 6:28. The grade is D4. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go for race number 2. It's a sprint this time, D4 over 260 metres. In trap 1 we have Chantilly in red for Mr. Richard Yates. Richard trains 24.9. Trap 2 is Spyro's Girl for Mr. S.O. Grimer, Mrs. J. Grimer, John Blenko 27.1. 3 is Dunham Nova for Mr. Dave Houghton, Jane Houghton 28.1. 4 is Ickle Too Late for Heather Dimmock. Heather Dimmock trains 36.9. 5 is Mont Bleu for Football Widows, Bernie Warren 32.4. And 6 is Shayra's Spyfall for Mr. and Mrs. Blackwood. Richard Yates 30 dead. Those are our 6 runners for race number 2. The grade is D4. Four minutes to the off. 4 minutes to the off for race at number 2. Well, our market leader for this race is trap 4, Ickle Too Late, run about 7 to 4 for Heather Dimmock. It's only a baby, October 2016. It's made a decent enough start to its career in sprinting, having won in D5 company and went down fighting last time out behind Cash and Cobra, clocking 15.64. This little greyhound is improving with every run, and Ickle Too Late, a worthy favourite at the moment, round about 7 to 4, 2 to 1 for race number 2. That's our favourite in 4. They're on the approach. Second in the market at the moment, Chantilly in red, nicely boxed again for Richard Yates in the red box here. Was a little bit unlucky last time out in this grade of D4. Lightly raced as well, has been lame in the early part of April. Sure to improve again, has only had 2 or 3 races competitively since. And a 15.77 suggests that this little fella in trot 1, she should go well here. Chantilly in red, run about 3 to 1, nicely berthed and will improve. Two minutes to the off. 2 minutes to the off for race at number 2. Well, you can see Evie leading the greyhounds to the far side. Then for race number 2, it's a D4 sprint, 2 bends over 260 metres. Trap 4. Ickle Too Late, just our market leader here for Heather Dimmock, followed by Chantilly in red for Richard Yates, second in. What about Jonathan Blenko's trap 2, Spyro's Girl? Got bumped into the first bend in A6 company. Last time out in this grade, didn't run too badly actually, finishing 3rd and 2nd respectively in May and the latter part of April. Best effort of 15.71 makes trap 2, Spyro's Girl, a little bit of a player in the blue jacket. One minute to the off, everybody. 1 minute to the off to race number 2. The grade D4, favoured in trap 4, Ickle Too Late. Okay, everybody, they're being loaded for race number 2 here. Market leader trap 4, equal to late for Heather Dimmitt, the youngest greyhound in the race, October 2016. Loading up. So Evie checking them over for our second race. This is going to be over in around about 15.5 seconds, everybody. So the low 6 hairs on the move then for race number 2. The grade is D4. Favourites in the coffin box in trap 4. Away we go. Well, 4 got out well, equal to late with 3 Dunham Nova, 5 on the outside Mont Bleu, then 1, 2, 6. But it's 4 who's got the lead here and starting to pull away from 3 Dunham Nova. 5 on the outside, 4's a little bit middle, but comes off the second bend. Equal too late in front. Favourite's going to oblige you. Good style. 4 wins it. Tight for the Winers, 3 and 5, but 4 equal too late the winner. Dunham Nova and Mont Bleu possibly for the places. Result confirmed, everybody. First, trap 4, Ickle Too Late for Heather Dimmock. Second, trap 3, Dunham Nova. Third, 5, Mont Bleu. 1, 2, 3 was 4, 3 and 5. Winning time, a smart 15:48. Well, this youngster, youngest in the race, really flew to the bend. Takes a rather good middle course, though. Just moved off slightly off the second here, but is always in command. And it's run really well this evening. 15:48 by some way his quickest run so far. 3 second and 5 was back in third. Result confirmed. Well, a full order for race number 2. A smart win for Ickle. Too late there for Heather Dimmock. 4.35, 1.62. Distance is 2.5. A short head. Neck, 3/4.5. The winning time a smart 15.48. 1.548. Race number 3 is an A9 event. The 6.46. Due off in about 12 minutes' time. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go for race at number 3. The grade is A9. Here are the Greyhounds, starting off with trap 1, Stormy Dexter for Mr. A. Williams, Heather Dimmock, 34.2. Trap 2 is Our Fiddlesticks, Mr. M. Power, Steve Rayner, 27. Dead 3 is Governor's Lass, Mr. B. Dinnan, Mr. D. Martin, Jim Reynolds, 24.1. 4 is Sundance Sanchez for the Barker Family Racing, Hazel Kemp, 33.1. 5 is Dunham Kenny for Mr. Dave Houghton, Jane Houghton, 34.3. And 6 is Lemon Mike for Mr. Gray, Hazel Kemp, 34.3. Those are our 6 runners for race number 3. The grade is A9. Well, you can see our market leaders, trap 6 here, Lemon Mike, was 2-1, now 7-4 for Hazel Kemp. This Greyhound turned 2 back in February. It's been running well as well. Was winner in this grade a couple of races back when showing some good early pace and showing really gears down that far side to win well in a smart 29.22. That's our market leader in 6, the sole wide runner here, 7-4. Three minutes to the off for race at number 3. So Lemon Mike, our 7-4 market leader. Next in is trap 3, Governor's Lass here for Jim Reynolds. Now this little puppy, she isn't until September. She flew around the other day in 43.17 over 6 bends. That'll put her right for today's run, you'd imagine. She's been a little bit unlucky getting hit from pillar to post. She has got a winning run back on the 28th of April when clocking 29.20 in A10. Sure to improve, trap 3, Governor's Lass. She's currently 5-2. Two minutes the off for race number 3. 7-4 trap 6, 11-4 now traps 3, Governor's Lass, and 5 Dunham Kenny for Jane Houghton here, Dunham Kenny. And been running pretty well without getting his nose in front, finishing 4th, 3rd and 2nd recently. Recently downgraded from A8, sure to go close here, trap 5, and is currently 11-4, 11-4 trap 5. So last chance to get your bets on, everybody, for race number 3. We are just about to load up here where trap 6 Lemon Mike is 7-4, 11-4 3 and 5, 6-1 1 and 4, and 8-1 trap 2 Our Fiddlesticks is the outsider. Okay, everybody, loading up for race number 3. We are loading for race number 3. Market leader 6, Lemon Mike. So the flag is waved, the low 6 hairs on the move then for race number 3. The market leader trap 6, Lemon Mike, as the bunny approaches. Good luck with your bets here, everybody. Here we go. Racing, 6 showed good early with 5, 3, 4, 1, 2 got left into the first bend. He got 3 dogs on the line here, 3 and 5, 6 is wide, 4 to move off, 1 and 2, but off the second here. And it's Governor's Lass and 5 Dunham Kenny who go on with 4. 6 has lost their position, then 1 and 2. Down the far side of Dunham Kenny now for Jane Houghton has kicked on around the third bend from 3 and second Governor's Lass. Back into third place is Sundance Sanchez, but they come off the final bend here. And 5 Dunham Kenny is not stopping, is pouring on here. Recently downgraded and going to win well. 5 wins from 3, 6 third, 5, 3, 6. Well into Dave and Jane Houghton. Dunham Kenny back to winning form. Been threatening to win a race for a little while. It was his day today. 3 seconds, 6 third, 5, 3, 6. Winning time 28.63, 28.63. Track on fire this evening. 28.63. That's a nice performance, isn't it, from Dunham Kenny? Went round with a 3, 6 a little bit wide, Lemon Mike into the first bend. Just lost a couple of lengths, if not 2 or 3 lengths off that second there. Stayed on again here, but 5, once he got off the second here, has really put his nose down and run well here today. Track is running fast and 28.63, really good run for 5, back to winning form. 3 second, 6 was third. Well, in a really smart performance from Trap 5, Dunham Kenny winning race number 3 for Dave and Jane Houghton. The full order 5, 3, 6, 4, 1, 2. Distances were 2.5, 3 1/4, 1 1/4, 3 lengths and 1 1/2. Winning time was 28.63, 28.63. Right, race number 4 is an A8 event. That's coming up at 7:04, around about 12 minutes time.
Dad kept saying the parents said, "Fuck me, Pete, I haven't seen you in 2 weeks."
Here we go for race number 4. The grade is A8, so let's meet the runners, shall we? Starting off with Trap 1, Dunham Amy for Mr. Dave Houghton, Jane Houghton, 27.8. Trap 2 is Dungo Puma for Sally's Racing Club, Keith Hazeltine, 32 dead. 3 is Karma Chameleon, the old Bell Gate Syndicate, Jim Reynolds, 27.2. 4 is Plean Minor, Mr. M. Reynolds, Jim Reynolds, 28.2. 5 is Eglinton for Mr. Jim Reynolds Trains, 27.9. And 6 Spec Star for Mr. K. Walker, Graham Holford, 29.3. Those are all runners for race at number 4. Well, down the card then, Dunham Amy 6-1, Trap 2, Dungo Pumas then 9-4, 6-1 about Karma Chameleon in 3, also 6-1 Trap 4, Plean Minor, 6-1 again Trap 5 here, Eglinton, and Graham Holford's Trap 6 is a warm favourite, Spec Star currently 11-8. Well, 3 minutes to the off, everybody. 3 minutes to the off. This is a warm market leader, isn't it, in Trap 6 here. Spec Star for Graham Holford. Just turned 2 next month. Spec Star has had 5 spins. Managed to get its nose in front in a puppy event last time out, clocking 29.38. Can go a wee bit quicker. We've seen already the track is on fire here this evening, with some greyhounds making hay, especially Trap 5 in our last race. A 6 Spec Star, warm market leader, looking to improve again. Nicely drawn. 11-8 favourite. Well, 6 isn't the youngest ground in the race. That's Keith Hazeltine's Trap 2, Nunge Puma, who's been running well of late. So 1 win from 9 starts so far. A little bit unlucky last time out when finishing 3rd, clocking 29.15 in this grade of A8. And that was possibly his best performance so far. So improving with every one. The youngest in the race, Trap 2, August 16 whelp, is currently 9-4, second in. So runners approaching the boxes here for race number 4. It's the off. Trap 6 is now even money. Spec Star. Really good cash coming in for Graham Holford's Young Greyhounded Trap 6. 5-2 Trap 2 is 6-1 bar these two for the next here at Towcester tonight. Race number 4. The grade is A8. It's a bit of a gamble here on Spec Star for Graham Holford, currently even money market leader in stripes, 5-2 trap for 2. They're just about to load, everybody. Last chance to get bets on for race number 4. Okay, everybody, Evie's getting them loaded up then for race number 4. Spec Star, even money is our warm market leader. We're loading for our next race. A8 the Great, one favoured in 6. So the low 6 heads on the move then for race number 4 here. Spec Star, this even money market leader. Very warm indeed. Here comes the bunny. Racing, 6 missed it, 4 got up well, Mean Piner, but lead up with 2, then comes 3, 1, 5 and 6, got nowhere to go into the first bend here, and it's Clean Miner who's out in front and leads up with 2 in second, dug by Puma. They go back to 1, 5, 6 and 3, down the far side of 4, trying to stretch him here for Jim Reynolds, moving around that third bend in the middle, 2's low, moving dangerously into second, here comes 6 now, Spec Star moving to third. Is there enough time as they come off the final bend? But 6 if he gets room, is motoring, oh he collided with 2, and he's had a bit of a go at 2, so 4's left in front here, 4's going to win it for 1, 5 back in third, Clean Miner the winner, 1 second, 5 back in thirds. Bit of drama off the last. So 1 of them to Jim Reynolds, Mr. M. Reynolds, the Clean Miner the winner. Second 1, Dunham Amy, and 5 was third, Eglinton, 4, 1 and 5. The winning time 29.08, 29.08. A nice win there for Trap 4, playing Mind of the winner for Jim Reynolds. Full order was 4.15.362. Distances were 3 ahead, 1.5, 8.5 and 2 3/4. Winning time 29.08, 29.08. And our next race, everybody, coming up in about 12 minutes time, the 7:21. Race number 5 is in grade of A7. They all go. Ladies and gentlemen, just a note on race number 4 that the stewards have had to disqualify Trap 6 Specs Star for deliberate interference. You see the Greyhounds on parade then for race number 5. The grade is A7. Trap 1 is Liddy Lou for Miss War, or for the War family. Richard Yates, 27.8. Trap 2 is Ramspur Ella for Mr. Egan, Mrs. Jackson. Hazel Kemp, 29.3. 3 Dunham Dusted for David Jane Houghton, 33.8. 4 Pleasure Seeker, Mr. M. Lowther. Steve Rayner, 28.7. 5 is Rogers Marciano for Mr. Berwick, Martin Norman and White. Jim Reynolds, 33 dead. And 6 No Expectations for Graham Holford, 27 dead. Those are our runners for race number 5. The grade is A7. It's about 3 minutes still for everybody. 3 minutes. Pretty open affair here, but trap 5 is the market leader, Dodgers Marciano. It's been running well for Jim Reynolds without actually getting his nose in front, this son of Salad Dodger, the Derby winner, Dodgers Marciano. A little bit unlucky at last time out. And he's currently the market leader at 9-4. Just needs to show a little bit better early pace. If he does, on the track running fast this evening, should go well. That's in trap 5. Dodgers Marciano. Good money coming in for 5 now, being well backed into 7-4 favouritism. Good cash for the 5 here at Towcester tonight. Trap 1, Liddy Lewis next in at 5-2 for Richard Yates. But in really good form as well, has this little bitch of late, and really cracking form. Won a couple of races back in May. She's got good early pace. If you're going to back 1 Liddy Lou this evening, you need her into the first bend in contention on that bunny nice and early. That's trap 1, Liddy Lou. So just about to load them for race number 5. Bit of a gamble on trap 5 here. This runner, Dodgers Marciano, attracting some good money here. We're just about to load up. It's 3-1 bar 1. 3-1 also trap 4, Pleasure Seeker, off the back of a good run for Steve Rayner last time out. This little bitch turned 2 this month, and she's running really, really well. Got terrific early pace. Expect to see trap 4, Pleasure Seeker, up there nice and early. Okay, everybody, we are loading for race number 5. Going in, a bit of a gamble on trap 5, Dodgers Marciano. So Evie's just about to check them over. Well, if Dodgers Marciano is going to oblige you, does need to show a little bit of better early pace to the corner. But he's very strong from halfway. Here we go. So the low 6 hairs on the move then for race number 5. The grade is A7. Favourites well backed, 7-4. Away we go. Well, 4 is expected and 1 lead up with 2, 3, 6 and 5 as usual is last into the first bend of 4. A lead up with 1, 3. Then comes 6, 5 who's got room, then 2. But down the far side is Pleasure Seeker who's out in front with 3. Now Marciano's got room on the outside if good enough. Then comes 1, 2, 6 is struggling around the third bend. And 4, Pleasure Seeker still on the bunny. 5's trying to mow it down though in second. Dodgers Marciano as they come off the final bend. It's Pleasure Seeker. Marciano's getting there with every stride. Will it go past 4 and 5, 5 and 4, 4 and 5 flash past together. That is close between Pleasure Seeker and Dodgers Marciano. Results of race number 5 is a win for Trap 5, Dodges Marciano, for Mr. Berry, Mr. Martin, Mr. Norm, Mr. White, Jim Reynolds. Second 4, Pleasure Seeker. Back in third place was Trap 3. That's done and dusted. Well, I'll talk about leaving it late. Marciano, he's dug it out right on the jam stick. Got there right on the line. Look at that for a photo. You see on the screen then. Look at that. Doesn't get much closer than that, does it? Dodges Marciano's won by a nose from 4 Pleasure Seeker. Doesn't get much closer. They lumped on the 5. There must have been plenty of sweaty palms, but it's got there on the line. Look at that. 28.75 by a nostril. Well, that was close, wasn't it? Very, very tight indeed. But Dodges Marciano lands a bit of a touch to get up on the line ahead of Pleasure Seeker. It's 5.43.261. And a really, really smart performance in the end. A short head, 3.5, short head, and 2 1/4. Winning time 28.75, 28.75. Race number 6, everybody, coming up at 7.37. The grade is D3. Well, here we go for race number 6. It's a D3 sprint over 260 metres. The runners, trap 1, Lethal Intent for Mr. J. Barney, Hazel Kemp 33.3. Trap 2 is Offshore Chief for Mr. L. Tia, Chris Joyce 32.9. 3 is Rookie's Buddy for Mr. B. Turnstill, Bernie Warren 29.2. 4 is Hotbox for the football winners, Bernie Warren 29.9. 5 is Optimus Prime for Mr. R. Cross, Mr. B. Gill, Richard Yates 29 dead. And 6 is Pure Paradise for Jim Reynolds 28 dead. Those are our 6 runners for race number 6, and the grade is D3. Well, trap 5, Optimus Prime, his form has been transformed of late. 7-4 market leader here for Richard Yates, and really, really good nick. A couple of wins in this grade and finishing second, going down by a short head last time out. 15.70 best recorded time for Optimus Prime. He's in good form. He's the market leader in orange. The runners on the approach. So trap 5, 7-4 market leader. Second in is the 3-dog, Rookie's Buddy here for Bernie Warren. And in the twilight of his career, but nevertheless is running well at the moment. Rookie's Buddy went down by 2 lengths behind Dun and Moon last time out. Got a best recorded 15.68 when winning back on the middle of April. Rookie's Buddy in good form for his handler Bernie Warren, and he should go well again here. Currently 9-4. Well, trap 2 Offshore Chief, a little bit of interest in Chris Joyce's runner here, who's been threatening to win a race for a little while now. Did contest some D2 company races back in the early part of April. I think definitely a lot more comfortable in this grade, and has been a little bit unlucky of late. Trap 2 Offshore Chief with a good break. Obviously, he's got a good chance here for Chris Joyce. Currently priced up at the moment at 5-2 in the blue jacket. One minute to off, everybody. 1 minute to off for race number 6. The grade is D3. Market leader trap 5, just easing to 2-1. Money for Offshore Chief here in trap 2 for Chris Joyce, 9-4. 3-1 trap 3, Rookie's Buddy. It's then 9-2 trap 4, Hotbox for Bernie Warren. 6-1 trap 6, Pure Paradise for Jim Reynolds. And 10-1 trap 1, Hazel Kemp's Lethal Intent. Okay, everybody, EB's getting them loaded for race number 6, and the market leader just trap 5, Optimus Prime, ahead of trap 2, Offshore Chief, loading up for race number 6. So if you waves the flag, the low 6 airs on the move then for race at number 6. The grade is D3. Market leaders are 5-2. Away we go there. 1, 2 and 3 got left, and it's 5 Optimus Prime who shows good early into the corner, but he's hustled up by 4 Hotbox. 6 on the wide outside is Pure Paradise, but they come off the second bend, and 2's getting a good run. Offshore Chief, but it's 5 is in front here. Optimus Prime, Offshore Chief's trying hard on the inside. 5 holding 2, 5 beat 2. 6 back in third, 5-2-6. Optimus Prime wins again for Mr. Cross, Mr. Gill and Richard Yates. Second to Offshore Chief. A little bit unlucky for Chris Joyce. 6 back in third, Pure Paradise. Winning time 15.58. 1.5.58. Well, he's running out of his skin at the moment, isn't he, Optimus Prime? See, 2, 3, and 1. 2 got a run into the corner on the inside. Just got slightly held up there by the 4. And that's enough, really, to cause the 2 to lose this race, Offshore Chief. A little bit unlucky, but 5 Optimus Prime. He's running well at the moment. He's won by about, a neck in the end from 2. 6 back in third place. 5.26. So another smashing win for Optimus Prime. Well done to Mr. Cross and Mr. Gill. Their Greyhounds in cracking form from Richard Yates. Full order 5.26, 4.13. Distances a half, 1.5, 3.5, 1.25, 1.75. Winning time 15.58, 1.5.58. Our next race tonight, ladies and gentlemen, not too far away. Race at number 7, due off at 7.54. The grade is A5. They all go. go, ladies and gentlemen, for race number 7. It's over the triple 480 metres. The grade is A5 here. The runners, track 1 is Gabriel for Hazel Kemp, 29.7. Track 2 is Norville Man for the Norville Syndicate, Kev Hutton, 26.7. 3 All About Well for Mr. M. Gregory, Steve Rayner, 32.2. 4 is Baby Blitz for Mrs. P. Burton, Kev Hutton, 28.4. 5 is Little Jimbo for Mrs. Hazel Kemp, 34.2. And 6 is Drawbug Sunset for Mr. A. Winton, Kev Hutton, 28.5. Those are our 6 runners then for race number 7. Market leader, well, pretty warm, isn't it, in trap 2, Norville Man for Kev Hutton at 7-4. It's 9-4 trap 5, you Little Jimbo. 3-1 trap 1, Gabriel. On 5-1 we got trap 4, Baby Blitz. 8-1 trap 3, about All About Well. And 10-1 in trap 6, Drawback Sunset. 2 minutes the off, 2 minutes the off for race number 7. So runners currently on the approach at the moment. Trap 2, Norville Man, the 7-4 market leader here for Kev Hutton, in really, really good form as well, having won 2 of his last 4 starts. This little bit, she's in cracking form. And she's run about 16, 17 weeks out of season. She should keep on improving, this bitch in Trap 2. Norville Man should go well. 7-4 favourites on the approach. Just about to get loaded, everybody, for race number 7, a grade A5. Norville Man, 7-4, should be at the peak of her fitness. Trap 2. Your Little Jimbo for Hazel Kemp is next to him. He's running really, really well, this little fella, without actually getting his nose in front. He's been unlucky. Your Little Jimbo should go well. Deserves to win. 9-4. Second in trap 5. Okay, everybody, Evie's getting them loaded for race number 7, a grade A5. Market leaders here, 2 and 5, loading up. So once again, the low 6 hairs on the move then for race number 7. Norville Man, market leader, bitch out of season, 16 weeks, should go well ahead of trap 5, Little Jimbo. Away we go then. 2 rather missed it, and 4 goes up with 5 to lead up with 6. 1, 3 and 2 gets into top gear, but it's 4 who leads up here with 2 getting a smashy run on the inner, and it's Norville Man coming to take it up now with Baby Blitz. They go down the far side, 3 back in third, then 5, 1 and 6, but down to the third bend here. It's nip and tuck between these 2. 2 trying to edge on now, Norville Man. 4 in second, Baby Blitz. 3 back in third. 4's having another crack on the outside and possibly going on the stronger here, Baby Blitz. They're going towards the line. It's Baby Blitz out in front. Norville Man second. It's going to be 4 from 2 and 1. 4, 2, 1. Race number 7. Well, it's a Kev Hutton 1-2, but it's Baby Blitz who gets the better of the favourite. Norville Man, 1 staying on for third. Gabriel running well for Hazel Kemp. 4-2-1. Winning time, a smart 28-32, 2-8, 3-2. It was a cracking race, wasn't it, too? We could see that she missed the break completely, really, but went into the first bend and could chase home her kennelmate, Baby Blitz. But it's Baby Blitz who's just stayed on a wee bit better this evening. Big run here from Gabriel. That'll be winning sooner than later for Hazel Kemp. It's running well, this little Greyhound in trap 1. Just left it a fraction too late. But off the final bend here, you can just see now that 4 was just trying to come again against his kennelmate in 2. 1 stayed on really well at the death. Well, they went towards the line, and it's Baby Blitz who gets up to win it from 2, and the fast finishing 1. Well, well done to Baby Blitz, putting a superb performance after recently being upgraded here for Mrs. P. Burton and Kev Hutton. A youngster running very well indeed. Full order was 4-2-1-3-5-6. Distances were 1.5, neck, half, 2 3/4 and 1. Winning time a smart 28.32, 28.32. Race number 8, everybody, due off at 8:11. The grade there is A3. Once again, they all go. Well, here we go then for our next race on the card. Race number 8, A3 is the grade, the Imperial Car Supermarket Big Cash giveaway. Right, in trap 1 we have Bodell Flyer, Mr. Kelly, Hazelkemp, Mr. Payne. Hazelkemp trains 31.8. Trap 2 is Energized Jack for Mr. J. Davis, Mrs. G. Davis, Mark Wallace 33 dead. 3 is Westmead Red for Mr. T. Smith, Nick Savard 33.5. 4, Goldsmith Slick, Mr. G. Hannon, Mark Wallace, 34.8. 5 is God of War, Mr. Gittings, Mr. Mitchley, Mr. Wise, Heather Dimmock, 32.7. And 6 is Tiffield Lad for Mr. McCall, Mrs. McCall, Mark Wallace, 35.7. Those are our 6 runners. Good race of A3 coming up here at Towcester, due off in about 3.5 minutes' time. So down the card then, Bodell Flyer is available at 4 to 1. Trap 2, Energized Jack, 3 to 1. 3 is Westmead Red at 10 to 1 chance. Trap 4 is Goldsmith Slick, 7 to 2. God of War is also 7 to 2. And Trap 6, Tiffield Lad is the 9 to 4 market leader for Mark Wallace on the wide outside. So around about 3 minutes before we get underway then for race number 8. So the market leader, Trap 6, Tiffield Lad at 9 to 4, off the back of a good win in this grade last time out. When coming off the pace to win nicely in 28.68. Has gone a wee bit quicker. Track running quite quick tonight, everybody, as well. And it's in really good form, having won 3 of its last 4 races. Market leader in 6, Tiffield Lad, currently 9 to 4. So 9 to 4 market leader Trap 6 and 3 to 1 Trap 2 Energized Jack is running really well at the moment as well for Mark Wallace. They're really in cracking form. Got beat by his cutter mate last time out, so went down by 1 3/4 lengths. Best recorded time of 28.37 in A4 company back in February. Lightly raced over the last few months, but really running well. Energized Jack in 2. So just about to load everybody for race number 8, this A3 event. Trap 6, 9 to 4, 3 to 1 Trap 2, 7 to 2, 4 and 5, 4 to 1 Trap 1, and 10 to 1 outside of Trap 3, Westmead Red. We're just about to go in for race number 8. Okay, everybody, Evie's loading them for race number 8. We're going in. Market leader Trap 6, Tiffield Lad is in good form. This is a good little race. Some of these greyhounds in cracking form of late. Good luck whenever you're back in. Loading up. So just about all in for race number 3. Hot little race come up here for race 8. Once again, the low six hairs on the move for race number 8, A3 to grade, trap 6, Tiffield Lad, market leader for Mark Wallace. Away we go then. Well, 1-3 got up well with 2, 6, 5 and 4 into the first bend they go. And who's going to make the bend here? 6 has got a cracking run on the outside with 4, 5 who managed to get round then 1, 2, 3. But it's 4 Goldsmith Slick who's on the lead here with 6, then 1, 5, 2 and 3. Down the far side here, Goldsmith Slick doing it nicely at the moment. 6 in second, Tiffield Lad. 1 back in third, then God of War. But they come off the final bend here. And it's Mark Wallace got 3 runners. Well, one of them's well clear and it's Goldsmith Slick. It's absolutely destroying this lot. 4's going to win handsomely. 4 wins, 6 second. I think 5 was third. Wait on the judge for third. 4, 6 in a picture. So for the winner, Goldsmith Slick for Mr. G. Hannah, Mark Wallace runs a cracker. 6 second, Tiffield Lad, 5 third, God of War, 4, 6 and 5. Winning time 28.15, 2-1, 28.15, 28.15, 28.15. Well, really banged the boxes here. Well, the 5 and 6. 4 actually broke last, didn't it? But got a super run into the corner of the brindle. Just manages to squeeze round there. Buffeted from 2 and 5. And once they're kicking off the second, Mark Wallace's little charge here is running in cracking form. He's really splitting them down that far side. And put up a nice performance. 4 wins, 6 second, 5 back in third. So an impressive performance there from Goldsmith Slick for Mr. G. Hannon and Mark Wallace. Full order was 4, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3. Distance is a smart 5 1/4, half, head 2 3/4, 1 1/4. Winning time 28.15, 28.15. Race number 9, everybody, due off at 8.28. The grade there is A8. Once again, no changes.
One, go. Two, go. Three.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. It's the fact that I space it.
Well, here we go for race number 9 on the card, the 828. The grade is A8. Here are the runners. In trap 1, we got Go Teddy Go for Mrs. Dangerfield, Mrs. White, Jim Reynolds, 33.4. Trap 2 is Holden Vim for the Sporting Greats, Jonathan Blenko, 33.7. 3 is Forest Miles for the Happy Helpers, Kev Hutton, 34 dead. 4 Specs Cracker for Mr. K Walker, Bernie Warren, 31.6. 5 Cousin Dupre for Mr. Trotter, the Trotter family, Mr. Wallace, Mark Wallace, 32.9. And 6 Oscar Spring for Mr. S. Taylor, Jim Reynolds, 31.8. 6 runners all go on the approach. A8 the grade. We're due off in around about 2 minutes' time. So the favourites in 1 here, Go Teddy Go, after a decent performance last time out for Jim Reynolds, just turned 2, lightly raced, should go well here. Trap 2 is 6-1, Holden Vin. 3 Forest Miles available at 4s. Trap 4 Specs Cracker is 7-2. 5 is Cousin Dupre, 6-1, and 6 is Oscar Spring at 11-4 on the approach. So runners go behind the boxes here. Trap 1 is the market leader, Go Teddy Go on the inside at 2-1. There's 1-2 from his 18 start. Seems to be showing a little bit of form of late for his handler, Jim Reynolds. Should go well in the red jacket. It's 11-4, Trap 6 on the wide outside, Oscar Spring. Again for Jim Reynolds, he's doubly represented here. And then it's 3-1 about Trap 4 here. Specs Cracker for Bernie Warren. Just about to load up. Okay, Evie waves the flag. Here we go. The low 6 hairs on the way for race number 9 here. A8 the grades. Trap 1 Go Teddy Goes, the 2-1 market leader in red. Almiral way, pretty level break actually. One shows good early with 6 and 3, then 2, 4 and 5, but it's Go Teddy Go leads up with 6 on the outside. These two have a bit of a coming together, then 3, 2, 4 and 5 down the far side, and Go Teddy Go's got the lead, but it's a slender one. 3's the danger on the outside, Forest Miles. 6 back in third as they go on the penultimate bend, and it's 3 and 1. It's not a lot between them. 6 is still there with every chance. They swing off the final bend. It's 1 and 3. Go Teddy Go, look out for 2, who's finishing well. They go towards the line here. 1 and 3 on the way to the line. 1 holding on for 3. 4 finishes. 1, 3, 2 and 4. Cracking finish. Maybe Go Teddy Go for the cash. Well on the judge. Result race number 9, a win for Trap 1, Go Teddy Go for Mrs. Dangerfield, Mrs. White, Jim Reynolds. 2nd, 3, Forest Miles. 4, 3rd, Specs Cracker. 1, 3, 4. Result confirmed, race number 9. Well, he's had to work hard, hasn't he, Go Teddy Go, for his win here, but he's repelled all raiders. With plenty having chances here. 3 Forest Miles running well for Kev Hutton. 6 Oscar Spring on the outside. Trap 2 Holden Vin, and then of course 4 Specs Cracker for Bernie Warren. It came from a mile off the back. It's a really smart performance here, and he's really had to guts this out, this youngster Go Teddy Go. He's lightly raced. He's got his 3rd win under his belt for 19 starts, and he holds on. 1, 3, 4. Race number 9. So a really good race, wasn't it? Race number 9 there, and a win for Go Teddy Go for Mrs. Dangerfield, Mrs. White and Jim Reynolds. Full order 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6. Distances ahead, a short head again, 1.5 3/4. Winning time 29.14, 29.14. Race number 10 is a really good sprint. D2 is the grade over 260 metres, and it's due off at 8:45. Race number 10, everybody. We go sprinting. D2 is the grade for this one. Runners are on the approach. Here are the weights. Trap 1, Westmead Petula, the Westmead Syndicate, Nick Sava, 30.6. Trap 2 is Corrig Grace and Mark Wallace. Mark Wallace trains 27.2. 3 is Do It Legal for Mr. G. Rawlings, Matt Dartnell, 32.4. 4, Holden Pele for Mrs. L. Day, Jonathan Blenko, 29.9. 5 is Jabba Jive for the Jabba Crew, Heather Dimmock, 35.7. And 6 is Xavier for Jim Reynolds, 31.5. Those are our runners. For race number 10, the grade is D2. So quickly down the card then, Trap 1 Westmead Petula available at 4-1, as is Trap 2 Corrig Grace. 3-1 Do It Legal for Matt Dartnell. 6-1 Trap 4 Holden Pele. Market leader in 5 Jabba Jive Heather Dimmock. 6-4 and 8-1 Trap 6 Xavier for Jim Reynolds. Runners on the approach. So Jabba Jive then is a war market leader. Got left in the boxes a little bit last time out when finishing 5th behind Towcester Billy, but I'm sure Connection was expecting a little bit more from Heather Dimmock's Greyhound. Isn't till August. Jabba Jive 6-4 market leader of a recent trial of 15.39. Has to go close here. Warm at 6-4. That's Trap 5 Jabba Jive on the approach. So Graham's go behind here. Second in the market is Trap 3 Do It Legal for Matt Dartnell, who's come off there with a decent enough trial last time out, 15.66, and then went round at Hove in 16.74 just last week. Well, he sharpened him up nicely. Trap 3 Do It Legal, big play in the white jacket, available at 3-1. Last chance to get your bets on, everybody, for race number 10. It's a D2 sprint. So Jabba Jive 6-4, Trap 3, then it's 3-1 Do It Legal, 4-1 Traps 1 and 2, 8-1 the 4 and the 6. Going in, everybody, going in for the sprint D2, the race number 10. We're loading up. Evie's getting them loaded for race number 10. So the low 6 hairs on the move then for race number 10. Market leader Trap 5, Jabba Jive. And away we go then. Well, 6 showed good early with 2, then 1, 3, 4 and 5 rather missed it, but into the first bend is 2 on the bunny and going to lead up, but 1 got a super run, Westmead Petula, then 2, 3, 5, 6 and 4, but they come off the second bend. It's 1 who's dominating Westmead Petula for 2, 3, 5 and 6, and Petula wins from 2, 3 back in third, 1, 2, 3, Westmead Petula the winner, Corrig Grace and Do It Legal, 1, 2, 3. Smart performance from Westmead Petula, who's in cracking form for a handler, Nick Sava, at the moment. It's a little bit. She's running out of her skin. She wins again. 2-2, Corrig Grace, Do It Legal, back in third. Winning time, 15.54. 1-5, 5-4. Well, it almost came out last. 5 didn't really break either, did it? Jabba Jive never really got in the race at all here. The 5 was always struggling, but 1 got a super run on the inside here. 2's from World Corrig Grace. Do It Legal. That'll be winning sooner than later. 5 had to clip in behind. Might have got up third at best, but was ball beating the favourite. 1, 2, 3. Results, race number 10.
those that we know of. But the other three are unknown what. You won't, I will sit here and work out how long the running time is.
So nice performance from Westmead Petula for the Westmead Syndicate. The full order was 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 4. Distance is 1 3/4, 3/4, half, 3/4 and 4. The winning time 15:54. Race number 11 is an S3 event over 686 metres, due off at 9:02.
People will say the debt over the cross.
Well, here we go with our penultimate race of the evening. Race 11, S3, sorry, is the grade over 686 metres. Right, trap 1 is Brilliant Design for Mr. W. Meekins, Graham Holford, 28.4. Trap 2 is Dress Code for Mr. M. Lowther, Steve Rayner, 31 dead. 3 is Killer High Blue for the nearly 10, Heather Dimmock, 28.1. 4 is Chris Perfection for Mrs. Kemp, Hazel Kemp, 31.8. 5, Gary Glass Bambi for Mr. Memory, Mr. Overend Sandback and Mrs. Sandback, Mark Wallace, 26.5. And Dunham Dream in 6 for Dave and Jane Houghton, 28.2. Those are our runners. Race 11, the grade is S3. A pretty open affair here, but trap 5, Gary Glass Bambi is the market leader for Wallace, recently downgraded from S2 to S3. It wasn't that long ago. This little fella in trap 5 was favourite in S2 company back in April and now finds itself as the 2-1 market leader here in S3 in trap 5. That's Gary Glass Bambi, our market leader for Mark Wallace. Runners are on the approach. 2 minutes to the off. So runners currently on the approach at the moment. As you mentioned, trap 5 is 2-1. Second in the market is the 2-dog here at 7-2. This is Dress Code for Steve Rayner. And been in really good form, a 6-4 favourite when winning in lower company last time out. Has won in this grade way back in February when clocking 42.27. That would be good enough to win here tonight for Dress Code. In good form for his handler Steve Rayner and currently at 7-2. So just about to load up here. 5 is 2-1, 7-2 trap 2, 4-1 trap 4 at the moment. This is Hazel Kemp's runner. Run really well last time out. We're finishing third. It's been knocking on the door. It's been off the track as well for a little while since joining from Sheffield A4. Will improve obviously for track knowledge here. Trap 4, Hazel Kemp. Could be a bit of a play here at 4-1 if negotiating the first couple of bends. That's 4-1 chance for Hazel Kemp. Not without a squeak here. Just about to load up for race 11. Just about to go forward. So loading up everybody. Evie's loading up for a penultimate race. Trap 5, 2-1, 7-2, 2, 4-1 trap 4. Loading up for race 11. 6 bends. Grade of S3. Okay, it's the bunny then for race 11. Market leader, trap 5, Gary Glass Bambi. Racing. Well, 5 showed good early to lead up with 3, 2, 4, 1 and 6 is woefully outpaced. They're going to the first bend here and Killer High Blue will lead up with Gary Glass Bambi. Back into third is 2, then 4, 1 and 6 is struggling big time. They've got a circuit to go then. It's 3 out in lead here, but only just ahead of Bambi in second. Here comes Dress Code on the inner. They go back to 1, 4 and 6 as they go down the far side and Killer High Blue still holding Bambi at bay but got every chance to win. A 3-length get back to 2, 1, 4 and 6 has never picked up a leg as they go around the penultimate bend with 3. Killer High Blue is still holding on for Gary Glass Bambi. Not got there yet. Now edges on close. 2, then comes 1, but they come off the final bend and Bambi's now struck the front from 3 in second. Then comes 2, 1. He took his time, but he's pouring it on and pulling away. Downgrade works for 5, beat 3 and 2, I think, was third. Went on the judge for third. Result confirmed, 5 Gary Glass Bambi the winner from Mark Wallace. Second, Trap 3 Killer High Blue. Third was 2 Dress Code, 5, 3 and 2 for race 11. Winning time 42.20, 42.20. Well, it's a really good race, wasn't it, up front there, with Killer High Blue setting a scorching pace ahead of Dimmock. It's 5 Gary Glass Bambi always there on the outside. The downgrade working for this Greyhound, likely to be back up to S2 next week. 2 stayed on really well, Dress Code. 6 Dunham Dream got outpaced for a long, long way. Finished well, I think finished 4th, but it was a nice win for 5. Well into favourite backers going in at race 11. Well, the final race of the evening, everybody, coming up is race number 12. Couple of changes to tell you about. Trap 3 is now Ask Tink for Steve Rayner, and Trap 5 is now Wilfred, again for Steve Rayner. 3 Forest Wishes withdrawn in season, and 5 Mad About Philip off colour. So that's 3 is now Ask Tink, Trap 5 is Wilfred. In our last, due off at 9:19. So a smart performance there from Trap 5, Gary Glass Bambi for Mark Wallace. The full order was 5, 3, 2, 6, 1, 4. Distances were 3, 2 1/4, a short head and 3 lengths. Winning time 42.20, 42.20. Race number 12 due off at 9:19. Trap 3 is now Ask Tink. Trap 5 is now Wilfred.
sampled this, so used a bit of it in their own time.
I thought you meant like who like tried to sing it and then didn't like it, so didn't release it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not a new song, but is this a new song?
This?
As in
Oh.
Eminem's new
Are they in the
song?
corner, yeah? Yeah. No, so hold on, no, this is singers one. Sing for the moment.
Oh yeah.
Here we go for our final race of the evening, race number 12, the Grade A6. In trap 1 is Iamza Elsev for Mark Wallace, Iamza Boys Syndicate 33.8. Trap 2 is Droopy's Tess, Mr. Westwood, Mrs. Wiley, Matt Dartnell 29.2. Now 3 is the reserve, Ars Tink for Mr. K. Heffernan, Steve Rayner 27.8. 4 is Beldo Rossi for Hazel Kemp and Miss Yendel 25.9. Trap 5, the other reserve is Wilfred for Mr. K. Richardson, Steve Rayner 27.3. And 6 is Ballpark for the Sunny Orchards, Jim Reynolds 33.3. 6 runners for the last on the approach, 2 minutes to the off. Well, trap 4, Bodo Rossi, just the market leader here for Hazel Kemp. After running pretty well last time out, was a little bit unlucky going down by a length and a half when downgraded to A6 from A5. So sure to go well, looking to take advantage of that downgrade. I wish it did back in the early parts of April. That's Bodo Rossi in trap 4, our market leader for our lucky last, race number 12. So we're just about to load up then for our final race of the evening here, race number 12. 2-1 market leader trap 4, 5-2 trap 1 at the moment, 3-1 about trap 6. A Ballpark here for Jim Reynolds on the wide outside. It won well, albeit in lower company last time out. Okay, everybody, for the final time, Evie's loading him up for race number 12. Been checked over. Where we go then for the final time, the low 6 hair is on the move then for the final time this evening. Race number 12, trap 4, Bodo Rossi, the market leader. Away we go. 4 broke pretty well to lead up with 1, then 5, 2, 6 and 3, and it's Bodo Rossi who goes up, leads up with Wilfred who got done. 6 getting a nice run there, Ballpark, 2, 3 and 1 in bother. Down the far side it's 4 Bodo Rossi, but 6 Ballpark there with every chance. With Wilfred the reserve in 5, trying to make up ground. The railers are struggling as they go on the penultimate bend. It's still Bodo Rossi who's got the lead. Ballpark though is right about neck down. 5 back in third, 3 trying to come out the clouds. 4's grinding out though in front and holding on for 6. 3's finishing well, 4 from 6 and 3. Bodo Rossi gets home with the cash in race number 12. So well done to Bodo Rossi then for Hazel Kemp, and Miss Yendel wins well. 6-second Ballpark, 3 back in third. Ars Tinker run well after a tardy start. 4, 6 and 3 as the final result of the evening. Winning time 28.85, 28.85. Well, Well, that's the last race of the evening. Replay then Bodo Rossi running a cracker in the lucky last. Just to remind you, history in the making next Saturday, everybody. Destiny awaits for possibly one of the best Greyhound finals for years coming up this Saturday. A tremendous card, supporting card as well. It's going to be a super night. Make sure you join us. All the details about how to get tickets are on the website at toasterracecourse.co.uk. Have a safe journey home, everybody. It's a little bit inclement out there. Be careful. We'll see you, hopefully, on Saturday for the Greyhound Derby. Bye for now.
Peasants, that's what she says. She's like, oh, I've been dealing with peasants for 3 hours and just me and Paul immediately just got. She's like, twisted in